Now, our Oh Soo-young takes a closer look at what the future of Washington's engagement with the Indo-Pacific would look like after the election, whether it is Vice President Harris or former President Trump in the Oval Office.
Whoever wins the race to the White House will determine the future of America's ties with its Indo-Pacific allies, including its trilateral partnership with South Korea and Japan. Former US Acting Assistant Secretary of State Evans Revere told Arirang the next occupant of the Oval Office has to engage and cooperate with regional partners faced with geopolitical tensions, territorial and maritime disputes, and a nuclear North Korea. Building on her time as Vice President, Revere said Kamala Harris is likely to maintain the Biden administration's network of alliances for value-based economic cooperation and collectively counter challenges in the region.
The reconstruction of strong alliance relationships, not only in the Indo-Pacific region, but also with NATO, et cetera, stepping up on Ukraine, all of those things, I think, are tremendous accomplishments. The balance that we've seen between pushing back against China's aggressive sort of behavior, dealing with an authoritarian, anti-democratic, anti-human rights regime in Beijing, dealing with an ambitious and assertive PRC. Those have been priorities for the Biden administration, and I think those would be her priorities as well.
Meanwhile, Trump's China policy is deemed unpredictable. Revere recalled how the former president showed a tough stance on trade, but expressed admiration for Chinese President Xi Jinping. In this way, Trump's personal interactions with the likes of Xi and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un contrast starkly with the Biden-Harris administration's more nuanced working-level approach to confronting China, also drawing in Washington's Democratic partners. Thus, his second term could set back the South Korea-US alliance as well as their efforts to institutionalize trilateral cooperation with Japan since last year's Camp David summit, to jointly address North Korea's nuclear and missile threat and collaborate on economic security and advanced technology.
The level of security cooperation, the level of dialogue, the level of planning and cooperation that we're seeing is absolutely unprecedented, and it really marks another major triumph that we've seen. Any rational person serving in a Trump administration would look to that and try to maintain that, try to keep it in place, try to strengthen it by any means possible. But once again, we go back to the traditional antipathy that Donald Trump has expressed towards alliances and alliance partners. And it raises some questions about whether the leader of that administration, the Trump administration, would try to ignore or undermine what has been achieved here.
Going forward, the former US official says the challenges are ever greater, as North Korea is much further down the road of ballistic missile and nuclear weapons development. Its growing military cooperation with Russia has shown how Indo-Pacific and Euro-Atlantic theatres are interconnected, and the alignment between Pyongyang, Moscow and Beijing further compounds such concerns. Revere says whoever the next US president may be, the power of alliances should not be undermined. He said the next leader's top officials must understand the importance of preserving alliances to keep them strong, close and cooperative as America's friends and partners in the region. Oh Soo-young, Arirang News.